Every picture we open into Photoshop is made up of the image and the canvas it sits on. The background layer and the canvas are the same size and they're locked together. When we click the lock, the image and the canvas become separated. Now we can edit the canvas by making that larger than the image, or we can reduce the image size and leave the canvas as it was. Imagine a deck of transparent playing cards that we can look down through from the top. It's like looking through individual sheets of glass that just contain the numbers and symbols of hearts, clubs, spades and diamonds. Now it does look just a little bit odd here because we're seeing all four playing cards together on a transparent canvas. We can edit each layer independently. We can do that by first selecting the layer. Here I can reduce their size one at a time, and I can move them about the canvas. Once we've moved them all, we can in fact see they're all individual cards, albeit they are missing the white background we're used to seeing, but that's easily created in Photoshop layers as well. Let's make a simple composite. Not because we all have a craving to do that, but because it's a great way to learn the basics of layers. He's a life-size wooden soldier, and I've used Photoshop to cut away the background. How we do that is a subject for a different video, but the canvas he's now sitting on is transparent. Let's create a larger transparent canvas via Image, Canvas Size, and we'll increase the width to 180 centimeters and the height to 100 centimeters. There's a move tool at the top of the toolbox, we need that. The soldier layer is already selected because we only have one layer at the moment, so let's drag the soldier way to the left. Now I can copy him by dragging the layer thumbnail down over the copy icon at the bottom of the layers palette. With the move tool still selected, we can now move our second soldier to the right. If we were to continue that another 7 times and move each soldier to the right of the previous, we end up with quite a parade. Now you may notice that the parade is not central in the canvas. So let's hold the Control key and select each of these layers in turn. Because then, with the Move tool selected, I can click and drag the whole parade of soldiers and drop them 4 square into the middle of my canvas. Now with Soldier 5 selected from the layers on the right, we see that he has 4 comrades either side. If I drag him to the left, he parades in front of his comrades. If I parade him to the right, he's behind them. Now what we're seeing here is the concept of layers. Looking down from the top of the layered stack, Soldier 5 is on top of 4 soldiers, but he's beneath 4 others. Now we need a background for our soldiers to parade on, so let's go down to the bottom of the layers and click the little plus icon to create a new blank layer. It'll always be created above any layer you had previously selected, so let's click that layer thumbnail and drag it to the bottom of the layered stack. Now if we go over to the left hand side, we're going to select the gradient tool, and from the options at the top of the screen, from here, I'm going to select the blues. I want something dark to light, something like this, maybe this one. I'm going to go to the center of my image at the bottom, click and drag upwards. And there we have a nice background for our soldiers to parade on. Now this has been a very simple and quick image to produce. These techniques form the backbone of much of our photographic work too. They're the same techniques, we just use them in a slightly different scenario. Now every one of the layers we have here can be edited independently to every other layer. As you can see, I've done so quickly here for demonstration purposes. But once we're happy with the work we've done, save it as a Photoshop file to retain those layers, then go to the top right of the layers and we can flatten the image and save it as a finished piece of work.